Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we are doing the Doctor Who event that is currently on. You can see here we have worked to our first data matrix site, can't quite remember what, matrix core site, and we are going to try and get some of these. I can see what we get inside. Now, I've done a few in high sec. You can see what I've got so far. I've now come to 0-0. Generally because it's easier and I don't have to fight with people in order to get the stuff as much, so I thought there's probably less people going to be out in 0-0, and that's a great start. Let's try again. And yeah, hopefully nope, successful, and we've got exactly the same stuff, which is slightly disappointing. Now, it would appear that in order to get the filaments that you need in order to be able to go elsewhere, I imagine these are going to be BPCs that are dropping the warp matrix filaments, and that you need all this stuff in order to build one. So that's what I'm currently hunting for. I haven't come across one of the BPCs yet, and that is what I'm currently doing. Again, I'm not very good at scanning, so I imagine there's people shouting at the screen saying, what on earth are you doing? But we get there. And rubbish. Again, as I say, I've done a handful of the matrix sites now, so you can see what I've got so far, and yeah, I'm desperately after one of these BPCs, because again, you can't go to the Doctor Who part of it without it. So basically the idea is that you need to get the bits and bobs to build the filament, and then you can obviously do the second half of it. So I am going to keep scanning until I either get horrifically bored or we eventually come across one of these BPCs. And then we'll go from there, really. So yeah, I've generally kept quiet about the Doctor Who stuff so far, and I know there's been a lot of people shouting about it and the rest of it, but I quite like it. And again, especially if it's a one-off event, and whether that be, you know, with other events potentially planned in the future, who knows? But I do like the idea of the odd event to bring in new people. I think it's good for the game. Yes, it does break the lore a bit, but at the end of the day, there's no point in having fantastically great lore if there's no one here to enjoy it. So I do understand that it is a means to an end to some extent. Should they be focusing on other parts of the game instead? Possibly, but it is what it is, and we are where we are. So, you know, let's just enjoy it for what it is. It's a new event, something a little bit different to the normal stuff that we've had. And it's always exciting to try and work out how, why and what you can get out of the new sites. So I'm going to leave it for a bit, and I'll give you an update in, well, whenever I get something to update you on, so give me a moment. So I have finally got myself a BPC. Now this is one run only, and it does take a good number of components to build this. The question is, do I have enough of all the stuff? Now, it has got quite busy in local here, so I am keeping myself to myself for the time being. Let's get aligned. So I need 30 of the time crystals, check, 15 of the X13s. Not quite there. 10 of the X17s. And you can see here, it obviously gives you a list of stuff. So, again, nearly the X13. Need a couple more of them, and the X37s I do have. Let's have a look, see if there's any on contracts, and they are already up for 35-40 million a piece. Now, again, I've done a handful of these sites now. I've probably done, what, 6 or 7 sites, and this is the first BPC that I've actually acquired. So this guy is in a probe, so I'm not massively worried, but again, I don't want to be taking any risks. It's taken me an hour to acquire the stuff I've acquired so far, and I am looking forward to getting on and building one of these. So let's just have a look at the outcome, and does it give us anything interesting? Filament, those. So, right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to HiSec now, and I am going to build one of these warp filamy bobbies, and then see where we go from there. So bear with me. So before we go back to Jitter to build the Matrix Machine, thought I'd something I haven't touched on is the anomalies in the sites. So just back in warp at the moment to another one of these sites. So these seem to spawn in every one that I've been to so far, but they don't generally do a great deal. You get the blue ones and you get the red ones, and I'll show you as soon as we land. Here we are. So you get the blue convergences and the red ones, and they don't really do anything. If you get too close to them, basically they'll put a I'll go show you. They affect your ship, but they disappear. So initially I thought they pulled you into a wormhole or something, but if you get close it just disappears, and then it gives you an effect on your ship here, which quite some horrific penalties, to be perfectly honest. But so yeah, could be interesting fighting in or for attacking other players in. But yeah, they don't actually do anything other than kind of pop and then give you a bit of a problem to your ship. So stay away from them if you can, but again, doesn't really do anything in the end. So again, initially I thought they'd pop up, become a wormhole, and that's how we would get to the Doctor Who sites, but that is not the case. So back to scanning. I was going to go back to Jitter, as I said, to build it, and thought, well, I'm already here, I may as well finish off. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and find the components I need. Assuming I can crack the code. Oh dear, it's getting worse. There we go. So yeah, assuming I can crack it, and then basically we'll go back and we'll build, and we'll see where the convergence takes us. See what's in store for us. So yeah, talk to you in a bit. So, slight little update. I have got my first basic convergence booster. It would appear that there are boosters. I think I did see it on Hobo Leaks, and again that's a +4, so not too shabby. But the loot, all in all, yeah, you don't get much loot, so hopefully by the time we've built one of these it will be worth it in the end. But watch this space. So just having a quick read here of the actual filament itself. It does say a single Capsulio flying an exploration frigate or covert op ship will be able to use this filament. Aeronauts suggest no hostile vessels will be found on either side of this particular filament. So I don't have to worry about obviously hostiles, but it doesn't say anything about NPCs and whether or what analyzers I'm going to need. So I think I will take both, but again, it could get a bit hairy if there are hostiles on the other side, and I'd be surprised if there's not going to be. Exploration frigate or covert ops. So I might not take the Astero in the end. I might have to change it up to a different ship. One that... oh, I don't know what to do. Again, the Astero, I'll go in the Astero and we'll see from there. But yeah, it's a bit vague on what it is. There are no hostile vessels to be found on the other side of this particular filament. So that leads me to believe there are no NPCs either. So will it just be more scanning? Now, yeah, before we analyse this further. Now, I am in 00 at the moment. I do have a cloak, and we are about to go from we are at an entry point to 00 from Ojaran here, so I do have to be a little bit careful. Can't just be warping straight to gates. There could be a gate camp on it. I am obviously a cloaky. That doesn't mean that I am immune to dying in 00 here, so a little bit of caution to be taken. Again, up to a point nearish the gate. There's nothing on the gate by the looks of it. There's no bubbles, no nothing. There's potentially a Dravian egg. A Navy Drake, but I'm not overly worried about that. So let's walk straight to the gate and get through it. There we go. Who knew? But he is off the gate. That's fine. We just want to get through it and get back to build these filaments. Now, as I said, we are on our way back to Jitter as we speak, and there are a few now currently on the market. I was looking here to see how long they would take to build. 3 minutes. So someone has beaten me to it by, well, a decent amount, but again, regardless. So you can pay 90 million ISK at the moment. Obviously, prices are really high, and that is because everything is really new. It's like these are selling for 5 million each. These are selling for 1 million, 10 million. Are you tripping? What's going on there? And obviously, last but not least, so yeah, prices are pretty high as you'd expect with a new event, but we'll have to wait and see. I imagine prices will obviously drop the more people get on, the more people get going. There seems to be a decent amount of these sites around, so they shouldn't be too hard to find. But it's taken me, so say, about an hour and 15 minutes to acquire all the components. So yeah, it's not been particularly quick. Now I don't know what these things are currently used for. Whether it doesn't state. So we'll have to wait and find out what they are going to be used for. And we've also got the oops, where are we? What are we doing? Also got these time crystals. Now it does say that they go into here. So is that correct, or was I missing? Yeah, here we go. 30. So let's see how much they're going for. So they're a bit, I'd say, reasonably priced, but still incredibly expensive. So wait there. I will build these up and we'll go and see what is on the other side. So we've now produced our filament. We're going to a safe spot, and I was just looking at the other matrices here, and you do need different ships. It does state here specifically that there'll be weak hostile ships here, so I'm not expecting anything from this one specifically, or hopefully. I'm going to stream all of this and we'll go on the ride together. Now I probably should have read that, but we're going anyway. Let's see how we get on. Right. Okay, pretty much same as what we've had. Now nothing else can join us here, so I can take my time, do it properly. There's a good number, there's an acceleration gate. That takes us back to known space. So this is just relic scanning, hopefully. Yep, so okay, let's see what we find. Let's see if it's worth 100 million or whether we should have just sold. You. There we go. Let's see what the first one gives us. More of the same. That's not the start I was looking for. I was hoping for some fat loot. It would appear we're not going to get it just there, so on to the next one. I hope this just doesn't give me exactly the same stuff I've already had elsewhere, because again, I've just built the filament. You'd have thought it would have been something different, but we'll give it benefit of the doubt. Let's keep... Ugh. Oh my word. As I said, this is not a strong point. And more of the same. Right. Now, I would tell you what I'm doing here in regards to scanning, but when all said and done, I don't really have a clue. The one tells you how far you are away from something, which could be good or bad. Other than that, I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know what things you need to click, which spanner's the best time to do it. I don't do enough scanning to really, or hacking to really care, to be perfectly honest with you. As long as it gets me roughly to where I want to go, then I'm happy. But the 5, you get 5, 4... Oh, we've crashed again, what's going on here? You get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 means you're closer, 5 means you're further away. Pretty sure that's how it works. So at the moment we know there's something here, could be here, and there we go, that's a spanner, that's something we want. 2 means there's something 2 nodes away. So we're getting further away there, so there's something in this corner. There we go, it's another spanner. Now, I don't really know what they do. They do tell you if you hover over them. I just can't be bothered to learn it, to be honest with you. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Let's get the next one up. No. Come on. Come on. So I've been near one of the convergence thingies and it has slowed my ship down, which is slightly annoying, but again we're in our own little pocket here, so nothing can come in and get us. Oh, there we go. That's nice and straightforward. I like it when they're like that. Take me to your leader. Well, again, I was hoping for a bit more than what we've got, I'm not going to lie. Why are we going further away? I'm pretty sure I said approach. Come on, click, click, click. Planet seems to be a bit laggy. I don't know if that's just mine or in general, but having a few issues here. So we know there's something around here. There we go. Anything this side? No, 3 away. Now, there is a rule of... yeah. Of not being bad. I'm failing at that. Oh, there we go. That was a lucky. Ooh, what's this one? +8. That should be half decent-esque anyway. Right, we'll see if we can demonstrate on this one. So there is a general rule that obviously as you're going you want to be getting the ones in the middle. So this is a 1 and you want to be basically connecting to the one that connects to 6. I'll try and explain that a bit better because that's horrific. Right. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it on this one. Assuming I don't fail this one. There we go. So yeah, you get the one in the middle and it obviously spreads all around. Again, it's a bit of a woolly explanation, I know, but that's unfortunately the only thing I really know about hacking. I'm sure there are some fantastically detailed things online. I have watched them in the past. Again, it's like knocking on wood. It doesn't really sink in for me, unfortunately. So the way that I do it is clickety click 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 until something happens. If I get anything to use, a spanner or whatnot, then I'll try and use it. Other than that, it's just clickety click. And as we can see, it's not going particularly well here. And we'll try again. You do get 2 attempts, so take the spanner. Let's go a bit slower. I keep thinking I'm running out of time, or that people are going to be tracking me down, and I can take a little bit longer. So if you hover over it, I thought it told you what it did. Well, maybe not. Oh my word. Ah, there we go. Thank you very much. More of the same. So bearing in mind, to gather the materials has taken me an hour and a quarter to get here, and at the moment the loot is a bit lackluster. Now, I wasn't expecting huge amounts. This event is meant to be predominantly aimed at newer members of the EVE community. But again, I'll give you my thoughts on that in a little while. So yeah, I was hoping for a bit more loot here, because again, the salvage is neither here nor there. Now I obviously can sell the materials in order to gain some ISK there, but again, that's going to go down over time. Now, this event is 2 weeks, So there is a bit of time to get in there and to make some selling the materials, but nobody's going to be buying the materials if the sites aren't worth running to start off with. And again, if it's taking people huge amounts of time, then it's not really going to go anywhere. Right, okay, let's stop talking and concentrate. We're going to fail. Yeah, I think we're going to fail anyway. And we've failed. Alright, let's try again. I find I do much better when I just randomly click stuff and don't really think about it. Maybe it's me subconsciously doing it. Who knows? Right, reinforced plates there, even better. Yeah, so as this is aimed at newer members of the EVE community, it's quite convoluted. Not gonna lie, you have to scan down the anomalies, warp to the anomalies, do the relics, which I don't necessarily like the mini game, but at least it is interactive. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's incredibly confusing. As I said, you know, I've done this in numerous videos and I still, more to my own fault, but I haven't really learnt what to do. But the point is, it's not straightforward. It doesn't really give you an easy breakdown, and that's not to say that you can't find it if you look elsewhere, but someone just come into the EVE community, it's not easy. And then obviously once you've found all the bits and pieces, you have to know how they go together. Once you know how they go together, you then have to manufacture said item, and then obviously we get to where we are now. So it's quite involved. And are we going to fail this? No. Thank goodness for that. That would have been horrific. So yeah, we've done all that. Let's go back to normal space. There's nothing else we can do in here. So yeah, I've got one booster from that. That's taken me an hour, including this as well as the building. Coming back to build it, it's taken me just under 2 hours. Now, as I said, I'm not necessarily looking for, you know, billions of ISK from this, but I am very disappointed at that. Now, obviously, I'm sure there is some RNG here, but I would have liked... It's meant to be Doctor Who themed. I didn't really feel that there was much Doctor Who there at all, which is a little disappointing. I was hoping to encounter something. So let's go back, drop this off, and pretty much go again. We're going to buy one or two of the filaments off the market. Going to pay an arm and a leg for, make somebody lots of money that isn't me, which upsets me horribly, and we will see whether we have the same outcome, really. Right, so here we are, back again. We have the warp matrix. This time it says one for weak hostiles. You can bring a friend if you want. I'm not going to bother. Don't think we need it for the weak ones. Really badly set up Caracal, to be perfectly honest. Not got any rigs in or anything else. Just wanted to get in there. I've bought a mobile depot just in case we need it. The relic thing was in the hangar, but basically I managed to get it out in the end and fit it just about. So see how we get on. Interesting. Now, I'm not going to claim to be much of a fan of Doctor Who, and don't really know much about it. All I know is I want to shoot things, and let's see how we get on. Doing damage to it yet? Is anything going to come and attack us? Must admit the background's pretty awesome for this one. Look at that. Oh wow. Oh, something is attacking us. It is neuting us. How much is it neuting us for? Nope. Let's take out the thing that's neuting us, shall we, first? That's that done. Right, let's go back to shooting that. Drones, yes, let's get them out. So, nothing is dropping anything to salvage. We have been webbed by this critically damaged bio saucer. A strange design. Right. Well, that's relatively straightforward. There's no bounty on it, so we don't get a bounty. Let's hope it drops something nice. It cost me 100 million ISK for this filament. I'm doubting I'll get anywhere close to that back, but we shall see. Like a nice skin. I'd be happy with a nice skin. As I said, you can do this with 2 people. There is another filament that apparently, what is it? This one. That it does say that obviously it is very strong hostile ships. The one we're doing is that one, which is weak, hazardous. It's just moderately strong. So yeah, there are different levels by the looks of it, or difficulties. Let's take it. I want to take it down. That's come on. Come on, be something nice. Anything. Please. Oh, got another one of these flag things now. Ugh. I'm not going to lie, that is really disappointing. Yeah, I'm not going to bother to salvage it. Let's face it, it's not going to be worth anything. So yeah, let's have a look, see what this is. Scan res 1 hour, so we've got a booster there, got a little bit of the antimatter thingies, and a few burned logi. Got lots of time crystals. I'm going to have loads of them by the end, and peculiar data collections. Again, I don't know what these are for. It doesn't state. It doesn't show you anything they're used for, so I'm not 100% sure if they're going to be useful or not. But it's an easy site. Didn't pay particularly well, and again, at the moment, I'd wait for the filaments to drop massively in price. Although, if it is taking, so say, an hour to find the bits and bobs to do the filaments, I imagine that they are going to stay pretty pricey, because it's just going to take people a long time. If it's taking them a long time, they're going to be reluctant to sell them for anything that isn't useful. So yeah, well, that's the Doctor Who part there that I have managed to do. I don't think there's anything else here that I can buy. Nope. And again, I think we did that one. No hostile ships. I think that was the one we had, which was a bit naff. So yeah, well, that is the Doctor Who event for you. You're not particularly newbie friendly, I'm not going to lie. It's taken me a while to wrap my head around it, try and get on with it. Whether it's worth it for you or not is, again, your decision. It is different content, it's something a bit, out of the ordinary, and it's only here for 2 weeks. So if you want to get stuck in, get on with it, then I suggest you crack on. But with that, thanks for your time, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon.